Welcome, everyone, to the launch of several new projects we have to share with you great people who are ready to get lit and begin your star-sighted adventure with us. We have a rather loud hum of the air conditioner in the background because it is a super hot day as I'm recording this, which I guess in light of what we're doing here, it fits. You can think of this as your orientation class to the homeschool for grown-ups kind of vibe that we're going for here. My friends call me Shannon, and I will be your narrator, teacher, and adventure guide here. I'm just one half of the two-person team behind the creation of our new website that we've also just launched, starsnearme.com. The other half of our two-person team is the man that I share my life with. Not only is Dee the love of my life, he is also right by my side in the great work that we're doing together here and sharing it with other great people like you. So even though it's my voice that you're going to hear as a guide throughout this lit adventure we're beginning, you're also from time to time going to hear from Dee too as he shares his insights. Our website, starsnearme.com, and our new social media channels like this one were created to share with other great people all over the earth two enormous and potentially world-changing discoveries that we made independently about how our world really works. And for us, it completely changed our own personal worlds and has now become our full-time work to share the discoveries that we made with as many great people like you as we can. The point in it all is so that other great people can also correct their vision with which they see the world. That's what becoming star-sighted is all about. Dee and I are both artists and truth seekers from what you could call the heart of America. But even though we were actively seeking out truthful answers about how our world really works, even we couldn't believe how big both of these independent discoveries we made could really be. At the same time, it only made the most perfect sense once we saw it and how these two enormous discoveries fit together. We knew at that point we could never unsee it and knew that the discoveries that we made were just too enormous not to be shared with other great people to see too. This is how all of the projects came to be, all as a result of making these two discoveries. It ended up with us beginning our new adventure here together. So what about these discoveries? Well, taken together, simply put, we realized we found what could be described as the world's ultimate secret decoder ring. I know. Sounds a little bit like the plot of a cheesy kids' adventure movie, right? But it's real. We also discovered that once you have the knowledge of this ultimate secret decoder ring and how it works, you could unlock all the real meaning behind all, and I mean all, of the most famous stories and works of arts that we call masterpieces all over the earth, despite what appears to be great differences in culture, language, and even time. In other words, we found the one source template or formula from which every master has created their masterworks from, no matter where that master was from. And we're talking about both the time they were from and the space or the place they were from too. If that's not big enough, we also discovered that this same template or formula has been used for centuries to create the most famous and the biggest stories on Earth that became entire schools of philosophy in our modern-day education systems, governments, and ideologies known all over the Earth. It's also the same source template or formula used to create every single world religion ever known about. It's also the same template or formula used to create every breaking news headline story that you see breaking every minute on modern-day screens, small enough now to hold in the palm of your hand. What we found and have nicknamed the real all-seeing eye or the real oracle is enormously big. We knew that once we made these discoveries that we were going to have to find a way to teach this mind-blowing and potentially world-changing knowledge to the great people on Earth today who need to know it. And that's what we're doing here. Not everyone is ready to know about the discoveries that we made, and that's because the easily verified for yourself truth or proof that we present will likely challenge most average people's belief systems that are held by most too tightly even in light of overwhelming evidence that a change from belief to actual knowledge is required. Required, that is, if we want to continue to grow or grow up. So just to be very clear about the house rules, so to speak here, the online spaces we created are to share these discoveries and reach as many great people as we can. And I want to start by briefly defining what I mean by great people. Great people are all very different individuals, but they have these traits in common. They are curious and open and can use critical thinking of their own. Even when new information challenges everything they've heard or been taught before or believed to be true, once they are exposed or know the truth, they accept the truth as the truth and don't completely freak out or totally short circuit trying to fight against it just because it conflicts with their formerly, wrongly, or longly held belief. And great people are also very supportive of themselves and other people, especially in the process of learning something so enormous and challenging. The discoveries that we're sharing, you need to know, just to give it its proper context, almost no one else knows about yet. This means that, as far as we know, after all the looking that we've done, we are the only people on Earth who will tell you the truth about the discoveries that we made just as we found them to be. We have, as of yet, found no other so-called scholar or expert that either can or will ever verify the truth of what we found, because it's very likely that they are too, far too invested in not knowing what we do. This is something that we also learned from experience too. That's why we're here not teaching them, but teaching the knowledge of the discoveries we made to you. We have to start with the beginner's mind, because we also learned in this process that most people, even the great people of the world today, have lost some very important and very foundational knowledge that's crucial in connecting the dots and seeing the big picture about the discoveries that we made. And that is fundamental knowledge about how everything in the sky above all of our head moves. I know, that wasn't exactly something I was expecting either, that knowing how everything moves in the sky above our heads is actually tied to what we discovered. But it does, in the biggest ways. And it's why it's the place to start, to be able to comprehend the most advanced knowledge that we will be guiding you through as we show it to you along our way. Our beginner video course and/or our series of 4 short books we are now releasing. That's the place that you want to start. The first book in our series, Constellations by Campfire, The Easy and Naked Eye Way, is available now on our website in either ebook format, instantly downloadable right from our own website, or in paperback version as well. The links will be in the description with a disclaimer that I must make that by clicking any links offered in the videos or on our website, though it will cost you nothing extra, we may earn a small commission from any sale made through the clicking of those links. It's just one easy way to help support us doing this work here, and for that, we thank you. We created the Constellations by Campfire series for anyone living in what we call the Northern Hemisphere, to be able to learn the star constellations of the night sky and where and when to find them. The first book of the series we released is for use now, during the summer season. The method we use requires no technology. In other words, you do not need a telescope. You need nothing more than the knowledge that we teach and your own naked eyes. So you want to start by heading over to our website, get your Constellations by Campfire for the Summer Season ebook or the paperback version. And while you're there, you also want to send us an email to tell us that you're interested in the video courses that we are starting very soon, and to get signed up for our private email list, so you'll be notified of all of our newest posts when we make them on our website and anywhere that we post on social media platforms. Our email is the best way to reach us, as we've learned through previous experience that communication through social media platforms, let's just say, has not been the most reliable, or anything that we have any personal control over at all. So our preference is that you contact us through our website email. I think that's going to cover our first orientation video and the information that we needed to share within it here. So again, go ahead over and check out our new website, starsnearme.com. Get your Constellations by Campfire book, and be sure to sign up for our email list when you're there. And after that, we'll see you back here very soon as we start to dive into our star-sighted adventure together. It's about to get lit. Until next time, be well.